you for joining us and welcome sports fans. You are now watching the Baseball Hippie Show, Baseball Hippie Show, Baseball Hippie Show. Wow, it's the Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Baseball, just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Baseball, just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Baseball. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball.
What's that? So it's nothing like baseball. Doing pretty good, man. Like you said, kind of threw this together. It's a lot going on in the baseball world, so we're going to just try and tackle what we can. But yeah, doing good. Doing good. Yeah. Nah, just the one that you got. got some wild glare going on. That's a card from this year. Why didn't we get that card in the game? We should have got that card in the game, bro. I guess they already got the 90 prospect card, so that's probably what the deal is. Chain glare, dog. I wouldn't consider the Angels our friends. Where's that coming from? Oh, bro, I do not fuck with the Angels, and you know that. Friends of the podcast. That's not called for. Not even 24 hours, dog. Well, dude, it was like 11. It was like, I think like 11 or 11:30 last night. We were playing the show, and he was posting videos on his Insta of him like working on it. Basically, it's like talking about how crazy it was. So we knew it was coming. But yeah, he got that out quick. For anyone who doesn't know, there was a massive fight, as Jesse said, between the Angels and the Mariners, and probably the most brutal that I've seen, that I've like watched from start to end during a game I was watching. I've seen videos of some brutal fights, but I can't remember one that was that intense. The only one that comes to mind, and I don't even think it got that out of hand, but it was the Reds when Amir Garrett charged the Pirates dugout. I forget what it was. I think it was the Phillies. Oh, no, wait, you're talking about the one where Harper throws his helmet at... Yeah. Yeah, that one was pretty intense. But even those, dude, that one, and then the one I was talking about with Amir Garrett, the reliever, who... He was on the Reds at the time, I forget. I think he might be on the Brewers. He's on a different team now. Anyway, Amir Garrett charged the dugout in similar way that Jesse Winker did. or just like him versus the whole team. But it didn't get out of line as far as the Mariners one. And I feel like even the Bryce Harper one where he basically threw a helmet at the pitcher and charged the mound. Like, you don't really see, no one charges the mound anymore because Jesse knew right away. He was like, he was going to talk to fucking Phil Nevin about that shit. He didn't give a shit who threw the ball at him because he knew it came straight from Nevin. Oh yeah, you two pretty much like ruined our country, bro. No, this one. Yeah. No, you make a good point because I think a couple weeks ago, probably even a couple months ago now, but earlier in the season, there was a fight between the Mariners and the Astros. And obviously, we're biased. We're Mariners fans. But I did not think he was fair to the Mariners in that one. He put a lot of the blame on the Mariners for it. And he missed a whole chunk of context from the earlier part of the series where they were throwing at us. And I think in that one, I think it was all pretty unintentional too. Same with this Angels one. I think up until the pitch at Julio and the pitch at Winker, I think it was all unintentional. And I don't think he wasn't as kind to the Mariners in the Astros one, and I don't think he was as fair necessarily. I think it all kind of skewed toward the Astros. But in the Angels one, I think he did a pretty good job of I mean, again, that was the shit from the day before with Nevin and them pissed off in the dugout, right? Yeah, that changed the whole thing. It does. He's just pissed. Oh, absolutely. Oh, they've had copy vibes for a minute. Dude, the whack. Nah, most of the dudes are homies. They're not trying to hurt. Like, I think most of the guys are legitimately not trying to hurt each other. But here's the interesting thing that I heard about Upton and Trout. And so, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm pretty sure you guys are aware. In the series before this in Seattle, they actually hit Upton in the fucking head. It was a mistake. It wasn't intentional. The Mariners didn't make a big deal about it. And Upton got a text from Trout that was like, yo, completely unintentional. We're super sorry about that. No worries. Upton tried to hit up Trout after the game that he got thrown close to the head by Swanson, and they would not take that for an answer. They were like, they would not accept it from Upton that wasn't intentional. So, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nah, he didn't have it, dude. He didn't have it. Trout. That's so funny. Dude, but he started what like you don't got I guess if he really thought it was intentional, so but going to the media about that is pretty lousy in my opinion. Yep. 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 Tripping. Yeah, I don't know where Tobe went. I think he's probably trying to rejoin now. Well, you could see it coming. If you know anything about the unwritten rules of baseball, you could see it coming. And so that's like, I don't know. Obviously, the Mariners, I think, kind of lose the fight in the sense that our three best dudes are now going to be suspended. Our three best guys that aren't hurt, basically, are going to be suspended. Fortunately, I read that they can stagger the suspensions so that they all don't have to be out at the same time, which is kind of like, I don't know if that's like unique to this situation, just because so many people were suspended and because of where the team's at, and like, or like, is that typical? I don't know. I don't know how that works, but pretty I guess what I'm trying to get at is like I think going back to the fact that I think it was pretty clear we saw it coming. You know, if you know anything about unwritten rules, you kind of saw this coming. You watched it play out in slow motion. The way the Angels laid this out, they were planning on this for many reasons. The first and obvious one, John Boy pointed out in the video there, that they took out the announced starter and they put in some rookie dude for just 2 innings to throw at guys and get kicked out. And what John Boy didn't mention, what he didn't mention though is that they put in the original starter after that. So clearly they had a plan. But one other thing that I wish he would have touched on too is the way that it played out. The dudes involved in that shit, it seemed like they were expecting and ready for that and had discussed it beforehand. Because who's on the fucking front lines? Rendon, who's hurt and isn't gonna be, like, he misses 5 games next year when he comes back from the injured list. And they can just wrap that all up into like his recovery and just like have him sit on the bench as he's going through his last 5 days of fucking whatever. But then who else gets thrown out? Like 2 or 3 relievers, Tepera and Iglesias. Like they had the right guys doing the dirty work, and they were going for our big dudes. So in that way, they definitely came with more of a strategy, which to me says they definitely knew what they were getting into way before it started. Well, that's a whole other thing, but I just mean the fact that everyone on the Angels team that was involved was a pitcher or somebody who had no stake in the game and who wasn't, like, someone who was injured, you know, because it's just, I think it's a lot easier to deal with like a pitcher getting suspended or a handful of relievers getting suspended than like your 3 top offensive guys. Josh Naylor. No, did you hear his post game or his quote on it was so funny. He's like, I'm just trying to take advantage of of Trout's weakest quadrants of the zone. And he's like, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna miss to a guy like that, that's where you want to miss. he's like, I'm not trying to leave a fastball over the plate to Trout. Are you kidding me? If I want to miss, yeah, of course I want to miss up. Like, what are you talking about? I think I now that I say that, I'm pretty sure John Boy had that in the video. I think that, I mean, no, that's, yeah, he gets really, there's Nevin talking to the ump. He's like, he tried to hit the best player in the world in the head. It's like, I don't care who the fuck you throw at. I do wish Marco would have thrown at somebody before he came out of the game. What should happen though? I guess so. That's you bring up a interesting. No, I get it though. So, but what should happen? Like, what's the solution? Like, if someone does intentionally throw at your guy, you just like let it go and let MLB deal with it and take the high road. I'm kind of down with throwing at dudes, to be honest with you. I'm not into throwing at people's heads, but Luis Torrens is on the injured list because of the fight. No, dude, that Nevin, dude, that move is so trashy. Did you hear Winker's post game thing? He's like, he's like, I want to apologize to all the women and children. He's like, there's women and children in the crowd. He's like, I want to apologize to the women and children. Yeah, that was my favorite part of the video. The calm down lady. Calm down. But yo, no, here's my like. I don't like throwing at people's heads, and if you can't throw at someone and not hit them in the head, you have no business doing it. But if you hit my guy, you're gonna catch like 85 to the back, dude. But if they keep throwing at you though, like I almost don't. That's what I mean. I'm with you, Tobe, because like you can't just let them keep throwing at you, dude. Like, what are you gonna do? I don't know. And then I see how it cascaded because when Winker went over there alone, JP's like, nah, fuck that. I can't let. Like Winker started getting stormed on, dude. He wasn't gonna let his homie get tackled. Oh yeah, Archie Bradley, so good. Yeah, JP's quote on that was good. JP's like, it's something like, I always tell these guys that I have their back, and as a leader, I have their back. He's like, so I'd do that shit 10 times out of 10 times, bro. And, yeah, I love that Scott Service was in the middle of all that shit too, and he walked away without a suspension too. he got he got kind of rocked a little bit, but like, respect for Service though. Dude, is it, dude? Because I don't think any dude. Service has a reputation of being like too level headed and not hot headed enough for like a major league manager. But like, I feel like we can put that to rest now, dude. He was on the ground in the middle of the fucking pile, bro. Dude's got heart. Dude's got, yeah. He did get a little shocked. He got a little shell shocked. Was it Munoz who got tackled by the old man? I was trying to figure. I think it was Andres Munoz. This was in Seattle. Dude. Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of space on this wagon, bro. Yeah, man. Nah, it's all about the ballpark vibes, dog. I bet you it caught him at. I bet you he got an extra game for each one of those fingers though on that suspension. I bet he'd have a 5 gamer like JP if he didn't do that. Mhm. Someone got like someone got like 10 rib shots from Jesse, like real hard. Someone's got broken ribs, dude. Ouch. He's lucky he didn't get a fist. Dude, how do you just go up and like admit? You just like admit the whole thing. Like, he's like, you had to throw at me? What are you talking about? I would just slap that kid, dude. What are you doing? Like, oops. That is really what it is just toxic masculinity and high levels of testosterone just boiling over. Oh, yeah. They were. So good. Yeah. Trash franchise. It looks like he tries to go back in for a minute, and his interpreter just like looks at him, is like, "No, dude, you can't, you cannot do that." So funny. I wish we would have actually thrown that trout after all this. That would have really made it. No, like actually thrown at him, like because he was bitching about it so much. Just like, all right, dude, we're actually gonna throw at you now. Not at his head, but just like get one middle of the back. Yeah. Nah, he doesn't like it. I saw that. Yeah. 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 How'd all that happen? I always love the. Yeah. Oh, dude, he would have got. I think he would have got suspended, man. Yeah, I think he would have gotten suspended for real. They they can't do that though. You can't. Yeah, you can't replace a suspended player. Yeah. Nah, they're gonna stagger they'll stagger it so that only one of them are out at a time. So my guess is that well, so they're all appealing. All three of them are appealing it. So nothing will start until the appeals process is over, and I don't know how long that'll take. But the funniest part about it, I think, this week is they have the J Rod squad where you get the shirt. It's like a blue Mariners shirt with the J Rod chain printed on it, and if he would have served his suspension, he would have missed his shirt night. But because they appeal it, he's gonna be around. But I bet you they. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I bet you they get his 2 games out of the way first, and then probably Jesse, and then probably JP. I don't know. 7 games for Winker is fucking wild. I feel like that's what I was talking. I think when you dropped off, I don't know if it's unique to this situation that that they're allowing that just because we have a number of injured players, like in particularly 2 injured starting outfielders. I mean, I guess Kyle Lewis and Haniger are probably going to be mostly DH when they come back, but totally. So I guess my point is, I feel like I don't know if the league allowed that this time or if that's like standard practice when you have that many starters suspended at the same time, but I don't know. Yeah, and I guess and I think the so like obviously the team was involved in this, but I think the goal is to punish the individual player, not necessarily to punish the team. So I don't think they want it. I don't think the goal is to do something where you lose half your team for a fucking week. Basically, they want the player to lose a week's worth of pay, but not necessarily have that, you know, as much as they can. Probably not want to have it impact the team because I don't think unless with like Nevin, he got suspended for 10 games because clearly he orchestrated all this shit. So that's kind of a different story there. But I think you can't penalize all the players on the team that didn't get involved just because 3 of the players threw punches. But Dude, he could lose his job over that. I wouldn't be surprised if they fire his ass, dude. You're a temporary dude, you're a temporary manager and you just fucking did this and got yourself suspended for 10 games. Like, I'm sorry, dude. This is a clown show. You're gone. It would not surprise me one bit if he got fired. I don't know if they're going to go that way, but yeah. It's a vibe, dude. It's a vibe. Fuck all you motherfuckers. Oh, hell yeah. That's gonna be the Jesse Winker statue outside of Safeco. Is the birds, dude. Jesse and the birds. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He loves it. He eats it up. They fed it. Yeah, all 500 Angels fans that were at that game. Yeah, nobody actually lives in Anaheim, I don't think. The California Angels. Yeah, I got respect, I guess, for people who want to not be Dodgers fans, but yeah, like Darren Erstad and David Eckstein. Yeah, I remember those teams. Yeah, yeah, he's the new pool host though. Got that new Albert contract. It's funny that they did. I mean, I guess he wasn't bad when he came over there, but like, you think they would have learned their lesson on mega contracts after Albert Pujols, right? And build a team around him. Exactly. Exactly, dude. You can't be a small market team. Well, they either can or they can't or they won't. Whatever it is, they need to do. That's the issue. Is that yeah? I feel like they can do it. They just won't do it. Yeah. No, you're spot on, dude. You're spot on. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess I have respect for it, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like obviously Trout's a great player. Something about Trout's vibe I just don't like. I wish I know he's not like the flashy type. I guess I wish he was a little bit more flashy or like a little bit more like just like a little bit more like I'm a fucking badass because he is a badass. I want a little bit more of that vibe from him. I guess for me to be a fan, he's just so like vanilla, boring. He's a like I'm sorry, Trout's kind of boring. He's like so good that he's boring. He needs to make it a little flashier for me. That's probably good. That's a hot take, but oh, absolutely. I'm so incredibly biased. I get that. I get that. Hmm. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. D-list Hollywood. Yeah. 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 It's all good. Yeah. 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 I don't know if I would. Yeah, that's even like more disgraceful in my opinion. I don't know. I'd take it pretty harshly. I don't know how I would react if the Mariners got caught doing that. I mean, I'd have a hard. I think I'd have a hard time denouncing the team in general, but like, no, I'm sure. I'd be really. I'd be devastated if there was proof of that. I fucking hate Stern. Nah. Yeah. Yeah, the 1980s athletics. Nah, nah. No, that's a good analogy too because I feel like you're right. They would definitely. I mean, at least what we know of the Astros shit, they definitely. Everyone was in on it, and anybody who spoke up didn't speak up loud enough to stop that shit. I think there's on record a few people who were like, "I'm not really cool with this. Let's not do that," and everyone else is like, "Shut the fuck up. We're gonna do this anyway." Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. No. No cop podcast, bro. What you want to say, Toe? That would be fun. that's rough. Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, Jesse Winker was laughing at the end of it. Yep. Dude, you're just bringing a bad name to us, dude. Yeah, dude, you can't pull that shit. Maybe if you're the full time manager, but fuck no, not if you're just like a stopgap little bitch. No, not Sosha. Madden, dude. Yeah, Matt. That was the January 6th of baseball. When's the hearing? When's the committee hearing? It's cheat committee. But they'd be on the same team. We'd be on the same team with them at the All-Star game, so we'd be throwing out our own team. That'd make it even better. Oh, because Otani's gonna sign with the National League team after this year. Is this his contract year, or is it next year? He's never gonna sign. No, dude, we've been so trash during the time he's been in the AL West. He will never sign here. He's probably feeling like he dodged a bullet. Oh, he's a free agent in 2024. Sorry to interrupt. Indeed. There's gonna be 2 years of a global pandemic and a giant fucking Mariners brawl. Yeah, dude, chat was blowing up. Oh, this is the kind that you're worried about. He's like, this is the kind that you're worried about. Dude, what really surprised me is how much I bet you Root Sports got fined for how much they showed the fight during the broadcast. I bet you MLB is not hyped because they were showing like slow motion, like, dude, they were. I wouldn't be surprised if they caught a fine from MLB. Dude, Root Sports is such like a fucking shoddy, thrown together little media company, dude. It's so funny. I They really need to revamp their shit and come out with like a streaming platform or something. Oh yeah, awful. Yeah. All right, next time on Baseball Hippie, local blackouts and whatever else we were just talking about. Yeah. Fuck you, Rob Manfred. Did he say that about tonight's game? Oh. Nah, dude. Homie got lit up, dude. By like one of the trashiest teams. And Angie's just like 5 drinks deep over there, just having a party. Just this one woman party out in fucking center field or wherever the fuck they got her. I love it. I know I'm not. I sound like I'm making fun of her, but she's got good vibes. She's always. And she was like a baller ass softball. I think she played for UW in college, and it's like a. Yeah. Couple of good dinners away. Couple of good dinners away. That was dark. Yeah. Nah, not a lot. And nature cop, bear cop, cop, cop to deers. Yeah, you're like a wildlife cop. That's almost worse than a human cop. No, I'm sure it's. I'm sure certain national park workers are fucking hardened motherfuckers. You gotta deal with some rough dudes out there. I'm sure. Or just like fine. Like I'm sure the debt. We're going way over time here. I was reading some shit about Death Valley the other day, and like people are just found dead there all the time, and like that would be such a shitty part of your job as a park ranger. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna go check this parking lot. Like, oh damn, homie's car just has no gas in it, and he hasn't had water in like 10 days. He's dead. Like, fuck. We're getting real dark this week on the Baseball Hippie Show. It's turned into a true crime podcast about park rangers. Mike Trout just calling him a nerd. He's such a nerd, Phil. All right, that's a good place to hang up the hat for this week, I think.